And welcome back to the wrap-up segment of VIP Business Talk Show. I'm your host, Emilio, Zinno, my lovely co-host, Johanne Serpone. We last left off talking about your contribution to society, extremely important. I hope we didn't cheese off anybody. We were expectorating.
Got a little excited, didn't
well,
we?
yeah, but also it's not necessarily our personal opinions because, folks, we speak to literally dozens of business people during the week before we come on air, and we kind of pick up bits and pieces of what business people like, and especially on TV. Not everyone's comfortable on TV expressing their inner feelings about how business should be run and politics and so on and so forth. Actually, a lot of people are scared of, governments and politics, but we're not. At all. At least I'm not.
No.
At all.
Catch us.
Unless we're living in a dictatorial regime, I'm allowed to express my opinions. But I mean, many of these opinions are those of, the everyday average audience that we talk to off air. Now, Johanne, for our last segment, I teased the people just before taking our last break about the possibility, the figment of my imagination of United States of North America. Here's what I heard. Here's what I still believe, that one day, for economic reasons, just like the European Union, America may decide and influence its continental partners, meaning, North America, Canada and Mexico, to say, hey guys, how would you like to join and become United States of North America in some format? And the idea is not bad. I'll take, for example, Canada. Canada and America share a very similar culture. I mean, we're very, what they say, brothers in arms, but not on the ice, because we're enemies when it comes to hockey. We know that. But I'm saying we're brothers in arms. Yeah. We're very, very similar cultures, and this is why, when I go to the United States of America, I'm very, very comfortable. I feel at home. As a matter of fact, I bought land, for my, I was about to say retirement age. It won't be a retirement for the older age.
Yeah.
But the reality is that we share the same culture. We share the same continent, and I know for one that I do a lot of business with the United States of America, and a lot of people out there think I'm American and so on, and that's fine, thank you for the compliment. But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying, what about, economically speaking, would it make sense, and this so-called figment of the imagination where we would have one currency, the Amero, A-M-E-R-O. No, I didn't develop it. There's somebody else talked about it. Okay. I mean, this information is like 20 years old,
Well, because we've already got the free trade or the...
Right, the NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement.
That's put in place.
Yeah.
Maybe after, to think that maybe we could take it to another level and become like one country, or... I don't know.
But I'm saying, would you, what I'm really asking, and this is where the folks are going to make their own decision, and probably some of them are going to think that I've gone cuckoo. It's just hypothetical. We're toying around with the idea, but a lot of people have talked about it. Would you, as a Canadian, for example, would it bother you that one day, I mean, we're probably not going to live to see it, but I'm just saying, would it bother you that your children or their children might be part of a United States of North America? Would it bother?
No, it wouldn't bother me.
It wouldn't bother me either, truthfully.
I think for example, you're right. Our cultures are very much the same. We have family in the States and vice versa. So we travel back and forth all the time between the two countries. So to think that my children one day would be considered Americans because there's some agreement that would join the Mexico and Canada with U.S., it could be possible. Maybe not in our lifetime, but in a future lifetime.
But this is why I've learned how to speak Spanish during my lifetime. As you know, I speak Spanish. Hola a todos nuestros amigos ahí. Bienvenida a este programa. Okay, just to show off a little bit. But basically what I'm trying to say is that, the thought of being united is a good feeling, and I think if we would economically prosper from it. Of course, it'd be more competitive. Of course, the Americans would have to, take care of their greatest fear, which is national security because, being the number one country in the world and have been for the last 70 years, they're always afraid of national security, like who borders us and who's coming into our country, and with all, some of the disasters that they've gone through with terrorism, things of that nature, you would have to take care. But I'm sure the politicians and the powers that be would figure all that out. But I think that it would make a lot.
Probably be in one, so
it would make a lot of economic sense because
wouldn't be in place.
Because geographically speaking, let me tell you something. Why
it would work out.
It would work out because Canada is huge. I mean, think about it. Canada is so vast. It's geographically bigger than the state of California. It's actually bigger than all of America, geographically speaking. But to think that Canada has about the same population as California, all of Canada. So we've got a lot of land to be fulfilled. And imagine having a great North American, United States of North America. We'd be a hell of a superpower.
There's so much to exploit still in our country.
Right, and we would open doors. We would open doors to a lot of other people from across the world to, come into the so-called United States of North America, and the economy would really, really be buzzing at that point. Why are you smiling?
Well, I'm just smiling because I'm thinking like how sometimes on some of the aspects and how it could be possible. And let's say, for example, when you make the comment open doors from the people overseas, from Europe, well, at that point, I don't know if we would be able to open doors because we would be opening amongst ourselves type of things, because now Canada and US would be kind of one, and I think we would kind of form a greater force in country, and I don't see opening the doors so much to Europe, because then that would be like more security and national problems. Or then you take it a step further, because in the end, with all this multimedia and communications and everything all over the place, you wonder if in the future we're not just going to be totally one, Of course, there's a lot of culture, there's the culture aspects, the European culture and our culture, they're just very different. But why I was smiling is because I could see a possibility in what you're saying in having a united Mexico, US and Canada. Because I can see that working, because it's already in a certain aspect.
Yeah, we're already doing a little
bit there on certain levels of import and export.
Well, not only that, we from a touristic point of view, we travel a lot. We Canadians, I'll speak for Canada, for example. We go very often to Mexico. We go to States, of course. I've been to United States. Oh, God, I've visited more states in United States than I have my own provinces, shamefully enough. Sorry, Canada, but that's the way it is. I just love Walt Disney World. What can I tell you?
It's a little bit like in Europe, I would think, Don, because in Europe there too, they're like their cultures in the countries over there are also very similar, and there too they move from one country to another, very easily. So it could be possible, and it would make it for us. It would be an incredible, greater strength of people, because and we have so many resources, and therefore there's so much that could be shared from our country with the American country, and the Americans. And why would it be beneficial to us is also the
and one other thing that if any Europeans are listening, now that your euro is still very strong, you should consider coming to North America and investing in real estate and what have you, business opportunities. I think that would be the next growth foreseen in the next 20, 30 years.
Don really wants to fill that land here in Canada.
Well, I'm here to talk about business. After all, that's what I think that what I do as a promoter. Folks, unfortunately, this is all the time we have left on the VIP Business Talk Show. Johanne and I would like to thank you, wherever you may be at this point in time. Thank you immensely for being a listener of some kind. Actually, we keep saying listener because it's our first TV experience. A viewer of some kind. Help us spread the word to your family and friends that VIP Business Talk Show is now on TV. Tune in, and we want to wish you all the best in health and in wealth. May God bless you. Have a great one. Bye-bye until next time.